Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and welcome. Thanks for joining me. It's Nurse Richard, the Wax Wizard. Here we go again. Who do you think's done this? Well, I know it was the patient, but what do you think they used? I know the clue's in the title. Shall I have a listen out, see if we can hear him come in? Here he comes. That's right. My good old arch nemesis, Buddy the Cotton Bud, has been back again in not just this patient, but the one after it as well. This was the more straightforward of the two as well. Bit difficult, the other one. You'll see why. She'd done an absolutely cracking job of squashing it all over the place. I think this chap, who admitted that he'd been a bit of a silly sausage, and he'd only poked it once, but I think the lady in the next video had poked it several times. They won't do it again. I hope. So out this comes. It wasn't very big, this, but it's the fact that it poked it deep down in there that it had caused him an issue. And there is a little bit hovering around. There it is. It kind of squashed it into the base of his ear canal. I managed to get one of them off. Not always essential to get every single speck, as you know. You've got to make sure that it's comfortable for the patient. So I think I got the main bit there that you can see, and I just had a bit of a maul about with the other black bits down on the base, but they weren't coming. But the main aim of any procedure, whenever you go in an animal's ear, is to restore the hearing and to not cause any discomfort. So it is these bits, but it's very dry and it's very stuck to the base of the ear canal. And if you've ever poked anything in your ear and you felt, oh, that was a bit sore, that's what I don't want to happen. So like playing a very delicate game of operation, trying to get that in there without touching the floor of the ear canal. I did actually play. I challenged myself to a game of operation. You know, the game where it's the body, a little plastic toy, very popular in the 70s and 80s here in the UK. And you have to get a little pair of tweezers and pull these little things out. I'll share that video if I remember. I'll put it. It only works on YouTube. I'll put it as a card at the end of the video, and I'll maybe also put it up above my ear. That's me challenging myself to a game of operation and failing miserably. Spoiler alert. And I challenge all the other guys on there, who do this kind of thing on the internet, to have a go. Not as easy as you think. Or maybe it is for them, it wasn't for me. Right, so you can see this lady has done the same thing, but she'd done a far better job than the other gentleman. She'd done an absolutely belting job, and the problem with this one is not just pushed it deep down, but it's kind of smeared it all the way around the canal wall, so it's made it very difficult to see actually where the canal wall is, because you don't know how thick that layer is that surrounds it. So I'm just going for the centre of it, really. I'm not too concerned about the other bits yet. I'm just going to see if I can suck it out from the centre, but that's not happening. And I'm exploring lots of different areas here to see just if any lift up, but none of them do. Probably carried on a bit longer actually than I needed to, because what worked in this one, well, sometimes you need a combination of methods. It's good to have all the weapons in the arsenal, I think. So there's, as well as suction, obviously you've got manual tools. They'll be absolutely pointless, any tools in something like this, because you can't get over the top of anything like this, can't get around the sides, and it's too soft and to pull it out with any kind of tool. So what I actually resorted to in this one was the irrigation, which you're going to see some images of. I think mostly outside the ear, because it's very difficult to capture irrigation with an endoscope. I've managed to get some other really cool images sometimes. It's not always possible, but I think there you go. I did it from the outside this time. I don't know if I went inside the ear at all. No, it didn't. The main reason why I was trying to do this was to clear up the canal walls so I can kind of see. I didn't think it had come out with this, but I wanted to clear up the canal walls, which I suspect was a thin layer around the edge. And now you can see why, can't you? Now the canal is all more clearly defined. I can kind of see what's going on, and I've got a frame of reference. So it does that for one job, but it also softens this all up as well, which again does generally make it easier to suction. Still very difficult though, this. And I think we might have had to have another go with irrigation after this, because it was just really stuck to the side there. Did manage to start a bit of a peel, but it's not generally coming too well. What have I been up to this weekend? It's Monday today as I'm recording this. Been a lovely weekend. I've been flying solo, so to speak. My wife had a weekend away with the girls. That's not why I had a lovely weekend, by the way. I'd rather she was here, but she had a weekend away with the girls. I think they went to Wales, which you can get to Wales in about 3/4 of an hour from where I live. And they went, stayed in a big cottage, about 10 of them. And they obviously took a fair amount of Prosecco with them, as any girls' holiday should. And I think they climbed Snowdon as well, which is this it's the second highest mountain in Britain. If I remember again, I'll put some images of it above. Absolutely gorgeous part of Wales. All of Wales is beautiful, most of it anyway. But the Mount Snowdon and Snowdonia, the range, is absolutely gorgeous. So I'll see if I can find some images and I can show you. So I was with the kids on my own all weekend, and to be honest, I'm a bit of a pushover, me. You might find this if you have two parents, you kind of have a good cop, bad cop. I'm not saying she's bad cop, she's probably just a bit more strict than me. I'm a bit of a pushover, so whatever they wanted, the kids this weekend they got. So we had a couple of takeaways. Took my daughter out shopping for what was it? New beanbag. Very impulsive. My daughter. She didn't really need a beanbag. She just woke up one morning and said, "Oh, it'd be really nice if we had a beanbag here." So took her out for a beanbag. I took them both watching the local rugby team in the cup, and they won that, which was good. And what else did I do? I think that was it, really. A lot of housework. Now, as you can see, again, it's still not coming as I would like. Now, this is one of them ones that it's quite shocking how much is actually tucked away down there. And it's all hiding away in those recesses at the bottom and to the left. So I'm going to give it another round. I've tried irrigation inside the ear now, I think. Which, again, there you go. You can see a bit of a clearer view there. So the jet comes in, it pulses. It's what makes it safer. If it was a direct jet and you don't point it straight out the eardrum, you see it's going towards the back part of the canal. And look what it's brought out. Look at that. I really didn't think all that was hiding down there, but it's brought it forward. So go in with the suction and pull that out quite easily. Big difference. The patient noticed, just bumped the wax into the camera there, but you have a look at that. Little bit pink, and there's a tiny little bit that I'm just gonna get there. So yeah, it's a perfectly safe, for the right patient anyway, perfectly safe and acceptable method. It is recommended in the guidelines that it's an accepted method to remove something with irrigation. I do use it on a daily basis. You won't see many videos of it because A, it's hard to capture, and B, it's usually over in seconds. So I don't post many of those. But I hope you enjoyed that, found it interesting. If you did, then feel free to subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. I'll follow it, whatever platform you're watching on. And if you really like it, then you can consider becoming a member of the channel on YouTube, of which you'll get a lot more videos. Anyway, for now, take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon. Ta-da.